Well, I saw a video recently from Louis C.K. He's an American comedian. And it was one of the videos he posted was talking about the term retarded.
Okay.
And how in the past retarded wasn't offensive. It was a medical term to describe someone who, for all intents and purposes, was stupid, who struggled with learning or had a learning disability, etc., etc.
It's not their fault. It's just that's the condition. You know?
Medically speaking, they were retarded.
Yeah.
And the use of that in private settings between friends made it worse than what it was at the time.
Made it into a slur. Offensive.
So me calling you retarded is what made it offensive, and then we had to change the term for what it meant.
Yeah.
And I believe that's why you don't see retarded as much in medical records. Exactly. Isn't it the Deaf Institute that has it as well? Historically, they were for the deaf and retarded or something.
I believe so. Yeah. So that's that's a bar now, and a thumping good one as well. But I mean, yeah, it used to be for it's got quite a colourful history in that sense. I mean, it's a great venue, but obviously, its history is rooted in. I'm bluffing. I'm not actually sure what the history is. I'm just trying to, add some pad into it. But I know that it used to be a medical institution.
All right, there we go. Adult Deaf and Dumb Institute.
Yeah.
So the term dumb.
Yeah, but being dumb, that just means that you can't. Doesn't mean that you can't see. Oh no, you can't speak. Well, if you're dumb, you can't speak.
This is it. In my one of my previous jobs, I had the responsibility of. It sounds very boring saying this, but checking the disabled toilets, the emergency lighting in there. And
I think that could be quite interesting depending on what you find.
I mean, if you like light bulbs and testing them, fair enough. However, on the actual records, I took over someone being the young age of my mid-20s. I took over the age of someone who was in their late 70s. And his reports and records, he labelled the disabled room as the invalid room. And it's funny how terms are perceived in one way for us, but then for past generations, it's not.
I've never heard that term. What was it? Invalid?
Invalid.
Invalid. So invalid.
Basically.
Yeah. Oh, invalid. Fuck.
Weird.
You threw me off with the pronunciation.
Yeah, you're invalid to use the room basically because of having a lack of ability to what we now call a disability. But it's
so you could see that he was a different generation because of the terminology that he used.
However, that's now stuck with me. That moment of going to write it down and. Not that I saw it in a negative connotation. It's just
a bit of a different way of
a generational difference.